if you have an interview coming up and you're going to do it in English, you're going to want to watch this video from start to finish. I have some bonuses for you at the end, so don't swipe out. Let's get to this. These are some of the big questions that will come up during the interview. And first of all, I want you to understand when you do a job interview, think about interviewing them also. Make sure this is really the job that you want, the opportunity you're looking for. It's going to push your career ahead. Okay? Don't just say, I need a job. And go in there with passion. Be interested in it. Be choosy. And don't get yourself in a job you're not going to like. So let's get on to that. Always, when you go into an interview, you're going to have some small talk. Oh, how do you like living in wherever? Toronto, Montreal, New York, Bogota, Colombia. What's it like? What do you enjoy doing there? Some kind of small talk just to make you feel comfortable. They always like to do it. And then very soon they're going to ask you the big question, which is tell me more about yourself. This is your opportunity to highlight what you're about. And I think the biggest mistake people make is they basically go through their resume or their CV and I did this degree, I worked at this company, I did this. What they really are looking for when they interview you is how are you going to fit in? What do you have to contribute? What kind of team player are you going to be? And what have you learned over the last number of years from your work and your education? So, as you can see, I have a Bachelor of Commerce degree in marketing, let's say. And I guess the main thing I learned about marketing is that we have to be adaptable, we have to evolve, we have to really understand who we're speaking to. We need to understand the audience. And it doesn't really matter if it's B2B or B2C. And we need to be able to use the tools. That's what I learned in my education. Now, when I started working, you can see I've worked for several companies and I've had more fulfilling roles. I learned that the experience was almost more important than the education. And I needed to adapt. I really needed to listen to what the clients were looking for. I had to understand them. I had to build an empathetic map of them. I had to look at all the geographics, all the psycho questions. I had to dig deep. And an example was I was given a project and I thought it was way ahead of myself. And it was a complete marketing plan for this mid-sized Midwestern company that really wasn't doing very well with their marketing budget. And this was interesting. And I went to them and I kind of wanted to find out the why and the what and the how. And I followed the spin technique. Well, what's the situation right now? And okay, what are your main problems that you're encountering? And tell me about your business. What is unique about your business? And then we talked about the implications of not moving ahead their marketing campaign and not perfecting it and working out the bugs. And then we had truly understood the problem together. We understood the implications, and then we decided this needed to be done. This was what was missing. They were just making advertisements, but they weren't speaking to the real benefits that were going to be derived from working with us. And I guess this is what I learned. I really had to listen to clients and I had to understand what they needed. So tell me about yourself is a very interesting question. And this is how you can tell them that you are the perfect fit for them. And maybe in the discussion, you'll find out it's not really what you want. So that's good. That's good. The more interviews you do, the better you're going to get at them and the more comfortable. So when you speak to these people, speak to them in the present. Think in the present. What are their problems? What are they about? Why are they hiring somebody new for this position? And speak to them as if they're friends. Relax. This is how you're going to have a really true, sincere conversation. Because most interviews, job interviews, are kind of scripted. people go in with memorized answers and they don't seem sincere. And it's very frustrating to companies to do these kinds of interviews. They want to hear and see the real you. So, why are you interested in working for us? So, it could be you've done your research, you've listened to their videos, you've watched and read their press releases, and you understand the company. So you're going to show them you understand. And you could say, that's a great question. And from my research, I can see that you are real leaders in the marketing field. You've done some excellent work, and I can see I can learn a lot, and I will be challenged, and it will be a real growth experience. And I've also understood that it's one of the best places to work in Canada. This is why I would like to join your team. This is why I'm so interested in this opportunity. I like the word opportunity a lot better than job. Okay. Opportunity expresses something that's good for both you and them. They're looking for an opportunity. They're looking for somebody that's going to move the needle, move the project ahead. Strengths and weaknesses. What a hard question, isn't it? And don't just cater to this old thing. Well, I'm a perfectionist, but I'm working on this, or I try too hard. All these sorts of things. They're kind of saying it's really a masking thing, saying that it's more of a benefit than a weakness. So, strengths, I like to learn new things. I really do. My day starts off by I get up early every morning. I read a certain amount on the subject matter, how I can improve myself, keep motivated. Uh, I am self motivated. I work hard to progress in my career. And I focus on a little bit of meditation too, just to really understand what's important. Uh, so those are my strengths. And My weakness would be myself. I'm organizationally challenged. So, and what I do to combat this is I keep a tight calendar. I identify what I need to do at every moment of the day. I keep a list. I make sure I finish my jobs so I can be conscientious about my work. And that's how I handle this weakness. And it's been a struggle, but I feel I've overcome this by this sort of discipline by making making lists and keeping a tight calendar. Uh, why should we hire you? Well, it's hard in an interview to speak about ourselves. We don't like to brag or whatever. However, I believe you should hire me because I am interested in working with you and doing a great job. I have the experience that you're looking for. I have the education you're looking for. And I have proven myself to be successful in doing these kinds of jobs. I will be committed to your company and your projects. This is why you should hire me. Tell me about your biggest mistake. Okay, well, maybe you could use an example. One time, my boss asked me to work on this project, and there was some confusion about exactly what they were looking for. And I misunderstood my boss, and my mistake was that I didn't ask for complete clarification. And for this reason, when I finished the project, I had really kind of missed the point. And I quickly over the weekend had to work really hard getting to what the benchmarks and that we were looking for on the project. So that would be my biggest mistake. I've learned from that. So I don't hesitate to ask for clarification. Uh, I confirm with my managers and project leaders and that or clients exactly what they're looking for. We get agreement before we start working on the project. What do you value most at work? I value a workplace where we work together cooperatively, that's focused on teamwork, and that members are valued and respected, and we achieve our goals. I believe in honesty and sincerity and being conscientious about my work. And anyway, if you like this, I am Teacher Burton Lancho. I live in Nova Scotia, Canada. And you can look at my site, teacherburt.com. You'll find some different resources there. I suggest you do the 10-question business quiz to really understand what your challenges are. And together we can build a roadmap. I'll send you a personalized report if you do this 10-question quiz. So it'll take you probably 4 or 5 minutes. However, I know you're going to get a lot of value from it. So I hope you like this video. And it's not just about somebody who's looking for a marketing job. It could be a sales job or whatever. And make sure you go into that meeting with some questions too. You've researched them and you're thinking about really how you're going to add value to this company. Thank you so much for listening to me. And by the way, when you go to that website, you're going to find there's a free small talk course you can take. Have a great day. Teacher Bird.